Hello dears, good morning to all. Welcome to the next part of our chapter. So we are studying the topic respiration now. And we study the types of cellular respiration, aerobic respiration, anaerobic respiration, and the difference between aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. Next, we want to study the important part of this topic, that is about the structure of human respiratory system. Okay, in case of multicellular organism, there is a well-defined, advanced the respiratory system is there. This respiratory system can carry out or perform this function of breathing and also respiration. Okay, so we can look what are the parts of this human respiratory system. The human respiratory system consists of the starting of this human respiratory system, that is the nostrils. Two openings are there, that is the nostrils. These are separate. Nostrils open to a cavity called nasal cavity. This is a cavity. This is a cavity called a nasal cavity. When we are looking this nasal cavity is divided into two septums or two rooms, compartments, by a septum at the center. Okay, inside the nasal cavity, or it is lined by mucus and hairs, which can trap the dust particles and other kind of germs present in the inhaling air. Okay, so nasal cavity, that is the gateway of gases, respiratory gases. Nasal cavity, again nasal cavity open to a small area, a small funnel shaped or conical shaped area. This is called pharynx. Pharynx is the common place for food and air. It is the common place for food and air. So pharynx has two openings. One opening is towards the food pipe or esophagus, and the another one is towards the windpipe or trachea. So here, this near to this opening towards the windpipe, here we can see there is an opening. This opening is usually known as the glottis. Glottis is the opening. Okay, glottis is the opening. Glottis is the opening towards the windpipe or trachea. This glottis is covered by a small flap-like structure. You can see there is a brown colored flap-like structure. Okay, this brown colored flap-like structure, that is the epiglottis. This glottis is usually covered by a covering called epiglottis, which can prevent the entry of food particles towards the trachea. Okay, at the time of this talking, at the time of this laughing, all this kind of times, what is happening? The glottis may opens for the easy passage of air. It is always in the open condition, but it may close at the time of swallowing of food. So in order to prevent the entry of food particles to inside of the trachea, the glottis is covered by a flap called epiglottis. That is why the elders and others are always saying to us, don't eat, don't talk or laugh at the time of eating. There will be the chance for accidents. That is the entry of food particle to inside of this windpipe or trachea. To avoid this, we have to keep silence at the time of eating food. That is that is one of the discipline manner, and also this is the science behind this, to avoid this trapping of food item inside the this trachea. Okay, then this is the lung tube called trachea or windpipe. This trachea is not a muscular one. Trachea, you can see it is in the form of a PVC pipe. Okay, a green colored PVC pipe you can see usually for lifting water and others. So this trachea is made up of cartilage. We studied about the bones and cartilage. Cartilage is a type of soft bone. This trachea is made up of cartilage. You know why this trachea is made up of cartilaginous tissue? To avoid the collapse of trachea if there is no air or very little air in it. If it is a muscular one, it may collapse. If there is no air or very little air, what will happen? It may collapse if it is a muscular one. So to avoid this collapsion, the trachea is made up of cartilaginous rings. Then you can see the trachea divides into two branches are there. These two branches of trachea is usually known as bronchus. Bronchus for a singular one, bronchi we are using for this pluralita. Okay, trachea divides into two bronchi. Okay, each bronchus enters into the respective lungs. This grey colored part is the lungs. Okay, is it visible the chart? This is this chart that was made at the time of Beard around 16 years back. This one. Okay, so this trachea, this lungs, it is this grey colored part. This is the lungs. Okay, this each bronchus which may enters into the lungs. Then inside in the lungs, the bronchus again divides into a number of branches. You can see a number of branches are there for this bronchus. This is the right lung and this one is the left lung. In all these lungs, we can see a number of tree-like manner the bronchus divides. These branches or divisions of bronchus is usually known as the bronchioles. Bronchioles are formed by the repeated division of bronchus. Okay, then lungs are two spongy elastic organs, one on right side and the other on left side. This lungs. Then just below the lungs we can see there is a hard muscular sheet. This is a hard muscular sheet that we can see just below the lungs. This is the hard muscular sheet. This dark red colored one. This is called a diaphragm. Diaphragm can initiate the respiratory movements that we studied from 7th itself. Diaphragm can initiate the respiratory movements. So these are the major parts associated with the human respiratory system. Once more I am saying, starting is the nasal nostrils. Nostrils open to nasal cavity. Nasal cavity in turn opens to pharynx. Pharynx open to the larynx. Larynx is the starting of this windpipe. Larynx, it is the starting of windpipe. Okay, it is also known as a voice box. Then larynx open to this trachea. Trachea divides into two bronchus. Each bronchi divides into bronchioles. Bronchioles ends in small sac-like structures. Ending of bronchioles, that is known as the alveoli or air sacs. Okay, all these bronchi, bronchioles, air sacs, they are present inside the lungs. Then at the bottom we can see there is a hard muscular sheath called a diaphragm, and this lungs are covered by one bony cage called what is the bony cage of this lungs? That is a rib cage. So study all these parts of human respiratory system. Okay.